Hey everybody, I want to talk tonight about the NFL, and I want to talk about how it's not a fair test. So there's only 16 regular season games, and number one, injuries are just totally due to the nature of the game of football. It's a dangerous game, the way it's played, even with all the protective equipment they wear. So there's always somebody that's going to be injured. Injuries are just imminent in the NFL. It's just a question of if, and when and how long, they're going to be out for, who it's going to be. It just goes without saying. And with all the teams, since they only play 16 games, they don't play hardly in the teams from year to year. You play already 6 division games. Each division has 4 teams. You play each team in your division twice, and so you play 10 other teams. That's only total of 13 teams a year out of 31 other teams. That's not even 42%. It's just under 42%. And playoffs, there's only one game that you lose and you're out. If it was at least best of 3, I think it would be a whole different story. I mean, you look at the Chicago Bulls, they won 6 championships in 8 years, but how many times did they lose game 1? Quite a bit. I think 6 out of those, was it 4 out of those 6 championships? I think they lost a game 1 each year, so they would have only had 2 championships if that would be the case. Of course, obviously, that's not really reality because they get beat up so bad they only play once a week. In order to do even just best of 3 or best of 5, I think NFL would probably have to go like all year round. And sometimes teams have an easy schedule, and other teams have a hard schedule, and I think they try to match it up so that it doesn't work out that way. But it's hard to know who's going to be a good team from one year to the next. I mean, look at the 49ers. Last year, they almost won the Super Bowl against the Chiefs, and this year, they're under 500. It looks like they're not even going to make the playoffs this year. It's weird how that happens. And, there's so much money involved with, the DraftKings. Is that going to affect? I think, one of my friends brought that up, that due to how much money is involved in that might, affect how the odds are in the game, how the calls are made, how the scores end up being at the end of the game. Calls definitely, I think, is with the referees. They're pressured because due to the amount of money that's put into these draft picks. And I'm gonna go over. So that's basically it. And I'm gonna go over some examples here, like my 2006 Chicago Bears. The year they went to the Super Bowl in 2007. That following the 2006 season, it had a really easy schedule that season, and every team, the Lions, the Vikings, the Packers, every team in their division sucked that year. Yet they still lost to the Packers once, and they lost to the Miami Dolphins, kind of oddly at home, which they were one of the worst teams in the league that year. And they did win a lot of games, due to call games they should have lost, just out of luck due to bad plays by the offensive team, their good defensive moves. There was one game, I think the Arizona Cardinals, there's one game that gets talked about that season, the Arizona Cardinals. They were down like 20-0 to them that year and ended up coming back to win it 21-20, mainly because they made a lot of defensive plays. The Cardinals made some mistakes, and they were saying like, "Oh, we won this game and we won that game because this team made this mistake, this team made that mistake." It's like, well, wait till you play a good team. They won't make those mistakes. And obviously the Super Bowl that year against the Colts, Peyton Manning, it exposed their true colors. And then the playoffs that year, they had a hard time, I think, just getting past the Seattle Seahawks. I do believe the Seattle Seahawks in the first round, they were just a wild card team that year. And they definitely weren't in that Super Bowl because of their quarterback that year, Rex Grossman. He sucked. They mainly just made the Super Bowl because of their good defense that year, their defensive moves that created offense for them, fumbles and interceptions, things like that. And then obviously the next year, surprise, surprise, they had a losing record. They didn't even make the playoffs. So yeah, that's all I have to say about that. And hope you enjoyed the video. Comment, like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you all real soon with another good one. Have a great night, everybody. Take care. Bye.